The air crackled with unseen energy. Madison Seminary loomed, a skeletal silhouette against the bruised twilight. I've always been drawn to the darkness, the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. Tonight, I felt an undeniable pull, a siren song from this abandoned place. My breath caught in my throat as I stepped onto the grounds, the weight of the building's history pressing down on me. This wasn't just an investigation. It was a confrontation with the unknown. Every fiber of my being screamed that I shouldn't be here, yet I couldn't turn back. Madison Seminary. Once a beacon of hope and enlightenment, it stood proudly as a testament to the pursuit of knowledge and spiritual growth. Once a place of learning and spiritual guidance, it was filled with the laughter and dreams of young women who sought to better themselves and the world around them. Now it stands as a hollow shell, haunted by whispers of the past. The vibrant halls that once echoed with the sounds of education and prayer are now silent, save for the eerie creaks and groans of an aging structure. Built in the mid-1800s, it served as a school for young women, providing them with an education that was rare for the time. It was a place where they could dream of a future filled with possibilities. But as time went on, the seminary's purpose shifted. It became a hospital for the mentally ill, a place where the forgotten and the suffering were sent, often against their will. Stories of mistreatment and despair clung to its walls like cobwebs. The once bright and hopeful atmosphere turned dark and oppressive, filled with the cries of those who were misunderstood and mistreated. The air grew heavy with the weight of suffering, each breath a reminder of the pain that had been endured within these walls. The very essence of the building seemed to absorb the sorrow and anguish of its inhabitants. The echoes of tormented souls lingered, their whispers a constant reminder of the past. It was as if the very walls could speak. They would tell tales of heartache and despair. Standing there, I could almost hear their cries, feel their anguish. The weight of their suffering pressed down on me, a palpable presence that was impossible to ignore. It was a stark reminder of the darkness that can fester in the human heart, a darkness that can consume and destroy. The seminary, once a place of light, had become a symbol of the shadows that lurk within us all. A darkness that never truly fades, lingering like a ghost, a reminder of the pain and suffering that once filled these halls. The seminary stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the shadows that can haunt us long after the light has gone. The moon, a silver sliver in the inky sky, cast long, distorted shadows across the overgrown lawn. Its light was both a guide and a ghostly reminder of the night's eerie stillness. The shadows seemed to dance and shift, creating an almost hypnotic pattern on the ground. It was as if the moon itself was alive, watching over everything with a silent, omniscient gaze. Each step I took sent a shiver down my spine, the crunch of gravel underfoot amplified in the stillness. The sound echoed through the night, a stark contrast to the otherwise silent surroundings. It felt as though the very ground beneath me was whispering secrets, each crunch a reminder of the solitude and the unknown that lay ahead. The path seemed endless, stretching out into the darkness, leading me further away from the safety of the familiar. The building seemed to watch me, its empty windows like vacant eyes. It stood as a silent sentinel, a relic of a forgotten past. The broken windows were like jagged teeth, adding to the building's menacing appearance. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being observed, that unseen eyes were tracking my every move. The air around the building was thick with an unspoken history, tales of sorrow and abandonment that seemed to seep from its very walls. A low-hanging mist clung to the ground, swirling around my ankles like spectral tendrils. It moved with an almost sentient grace, wrapping around my legs and making each step feel heavy and deliberate. The mist seemed to carry whispers, faint and indistinct, as if the spirits of the night were trying to communicate. It added an extra layer of mystery to the already haunting atmosphere, making the night feel even more alive with unseen presences. The air was thick with the smell of damp earth and decay, a pungent cocktail that sent a wave of nausea through me. The forest floor was a tapestry of decaying leaves and damp ground, each step releasing a fresh wave of the earthy scent. It was a reminder of the cycle of life and death, of nature's relentless march forward. The smell was almost overpowering, a constant companion as I made my way deeper into the forest. I pressed on, drawn deeper into the heart of the unknown. The darkness seemed to close in around me, each step taking me further from the light of the moon. The forest was a labyrinth of shadows and whispers, revealing new mysteries and hidden dangers. But something compelled me to continue, a pull that I couldn't resist. It was as if the night itself was calling to me, urging me to uncover its secrets and face whatever lay ahead. The silence inside was deafening, broken only by the creak of floorboards. Each step I took echoed through the empty halls, a reminder of the life that once filled this place. The walls, now covered in peeling paint, seemed to whisper secrets of the past. The air was thick with dust, making it hard to breathe, and every breath felt like an intrusion into a forgotten world, and the rustle of unseen things. I moved through the decaying rooms, each one a testament to forgotten lives. The furniture, covered in a thick layer of dust, stood as silent witnesses to the passage of time. Broken windows let in slivers of moonlight, casting eerie shadows on the walls. It felt as if the house itself was alive, watching my every move. And shattered dreams. The air grew colder, the shadows deeper. Then I heard it, a whisper, soft as a breath against my ear. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. It came again, a barely audible murmur that sent chills down my spine. I couldn't make out the words, but the tone was unmistakable, filled with sorrow and a chilling sense of despair. It was as if the very walls were mourning the loss of the lives that once thrived here. I tried to shake off the feeling, but the whisper persisted, growing louder and more insistent. It was as if the house was trying to communicate with me, to tell me its story. I felt a cold breeze brush past me, and the whisper turned into a wail, a cry of anguish that echoed through the empty rooms. I knew then that I was not alone, that the spirits of the past were still here, trapped in this decaying shell of a home. The sense of despair was overwhelming, and I couldn't help but feel a deep sadness for the souls that were lost to time. Section 5. The temperature drops. The temperature plummeted, a sudden bone-chilling cold that cut through my clothes as if I was standing naked in the snow. My breath formed clouds in the air, my fingers numb and tingling. The hair on the back of my neck stood on end. I felt a presence, a palpable shift in the atmosphere. Something was here with me, something unseen but undeniably real. Fear, primal and instinctive, surged through me, urging me to run, to escape the suffocating darkness. A door slammed shut in the distance, the sound echoing through the empty halls like a gunshot. My blood ran cold. I was alone in this building, or so I thought. The air crackled with energy, the feeling of being watched intensifying. Then a flicker of movement in the shadows at the edge of my vision. I spun around, my flashlight beam cutting through the darkness, but there was nothing there, just the shadows playing tricks on my eyes, or so I tried to convince myself. Fear, icy and relentless, tightened its grip on me. I wanted to run, to escape the suffocating darkness of this place, but my feet felt rooted to the spot. I was frozen in place, paralyzed by the overwhelming sense of dread. I took a deep breath, trying to steady my nerves. I'd faced my fears before, stared down the abyss of the unknown. But this was different. This was something else entirely, something ancient and evil, and it was closing in. The air grew thick, heavy with unseen menace. I knew in my gut it was time to leave, to retreat from this battle with forces I couldn't comprehend. I backed away slowly, never taking my eyes off the shadows, my heart pounding against my ribs. As I crossed the threshold, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders, the oppressive atmosphere receding like a receding tide. I had escaped for now, but I knew deep down that this wasn't over. The darkness had a hold on me, and it wasn't letting go. The memory of that night at Madison Seminary still haunts me. The whispers, the cold, the feeling of being watched. They're burned into my mind, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurks just beyond our perception. Some places hold on to their pain, their sorrow. Madison Seminary is one of those places. It's a place where the veil between our world and the next is thin. A place where the dead still whisper their secrets to those brave enough or foolish enough to listen.